Quizmaster wrote a prefix for this one. This quiz comes with a warning in the infamous words of former coach Mike Babcock: there will be pain in this quiz. With the Leafs in the middle of a weird period here, we ask, how long will Captain Auston Matthews, the greatest goal scorer in franchise history, want to be a Maple Leaf? 1 more year, 2 more years through the end of his contract, or forever, Cheryl?
1 more year for me, and when you look at his contract being 2 more years, I'm saying to myself, I don't think he'll make it there, and they can't lose him for nothing like they did Mitch Marner. So there's that. He never signed a max extension in the first place, and likely looking at his contention window, and it hasn't been very good this year for him personally or the collective team, so I'm going with 1 year.
No, he's not a quitter. I'm going with 2 years because that is the duration of his contract. What I will say is, though, the clock is ticking as of this summer on the cap.
But if it's 2 years, then you're saying he's going to walk away for free.
And
is what you're basically saying. Yes.
I'm going forever.
Of course,
and I don't know if forever means that this guy's going to step in to be the GM, the president one day. But maybe this guy wants to have like a Patrice Bergeron type career, all with the same city, all with the same team. It's been pretty good here. A lot of success. The fans love this guy. I know it's tough right now, but maybe it's forever, Jimmy.
It was nice optimism after you annihilated Michelli in our last segment. How would you describe your reaction to Toronto receiving a first-round pick for third-line center Nicholas Roy? The options are astonished or flabbergasted, which are the same thing. I think the Quizmaster's being very cute here, Drakes.
Astonished. I'm astonished at how ridiculous this question is, and I'm borderline flabbergasted. But astonished in the sense that, yeah, there was big surprise due to the unexpected, and to get the return they got, unexpected.
I'm going flabbergasted, full disclosure. I like using big words, but I needed an explanation on the difference between the two, and I was given it, so I was flabbergasted.
What was? I thought the idea was there really wasn't a difference between the two of them, really?
I was flabbergasted.
You actually did research into this question?
I really did. I wanted to know that. I really wanted to dive into this question.
Tell us, let us know then.
Spell it.
I'm not spelling it.
Oh, sure.
I'm going astonished because I still am not too sure about the difference between the two. So it was pick this one or pick that one, and eyes are wide open. I'm astonished.
HockeyStats.com gives the Leafs a 3% chance of making the playoffs this season, which feels high. What's the most likely scenario for return to the postseason for Toronto? 2027, 2028, 2029, maybe beyond if you want to go off the board, Cheryl?
2027, because I do think that they can make the playoffs still. I do not think they will be in a cup contention window, but they do have the pieces there with Auston Matthews, who I think that's going to be there for another year, the likes of William Nylander. And I don't think it's just going to be all prospects because it's not going to be a full rebuild. So I'm going to go.
Yeah, I'm buying that 2027. I mean, they can add some pieces, as we talked about in the pregame. Maybe the East isn't as wild as it was this year, and maybe Auston Matthews gets back to 50+.
I'm going 2028, but I'm a little bit pessimistic about that, James, because it's just nothing's a guarantee. You look at Detroit, they had all that success with Lidstrom and Yzerman. Then they had their downturn. They drafted great kids, good players, and look how long it's taken them to get anywhere close to the playoffs. There's no guarantees.
Overall, those are 3 fairly optimistic responses, wouldn't you say? Chris Johnson has the over-under on the number of Leafs traded before the deadline at 3.5. Are you taking the over or the under?
I'm taking the over. I look at this team, and there's a lot of parts that just don't fit, guys that don't make plays, and they're just not making solid contributions towards winning hockey. So the more change you can obtain, go ahead and do it, because I would say lots of changes needed.
Over for me as well because of those gaps, but also you've got a lot of the same player. And when you have a lot of the same player, that's what you kind of want to let go and try and retool. And the talk is, you know, whether McMahon, whether Lawton, OEL, those are some of the guys. How about Yarncroke? And you continue to go on, but Nicholas Roy is already out, so I'm going over.
I answered this question at 8 a.m. and I said under. And that was because I had the information there was basically nothing going on with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and then Nick Roy got traded to Colorado. But I'm sticking with the under. I mean, I am open to the idea of extensions, especially with Bobby McMahon.
I always thought it was a live segment, but...
Yeah, I guess Driggs has ruined that for us. You know, I had decided, predetermined that it was going to the guy in the end for the work he's put in heading up to the deadline.
Your first one of the year.
I don't think
Buffalo would agree.
I don't think they would. It's the quiz. We have a second period just ahead.